Hello, YouTube. And we're back for now. So, I got fuck all done last night. Are we surprised? I'm not surprised, actually. I didn't even get my run done last night. I am, however, feeling better today, so maybe that was the right decision. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? So we're going to finish up on the snaps today, and then we're going to go in and do the other things, which I put in the caption, so I should remember. We're going to mess around and see if we can get the Wabana Backpack done today. I do have a few more Traveler's things to finish off snaps on, and then we're going to swap to the other press, which will do the plastic snaps for the trays that are currently on the sewing desk, which you can't see right now anyway, but you know, they're there. They are there. Today was long run day. I got it done. I think that's pretty much all I can say about it. I got it done. I really debate about bringing down a beer versus my coffee today, but I'll do that once the kids are home. I'll have to pick up kiddos. Oh shoot, I was gonna check what time the bank's open because I need my float. Oh shit, I need coins. Nine, 10. Okay, sorry, I should have done that before. Because it's like, okay, do I leave early? Well, if I need coins, I'm going to have to leave early. Calgary. Closes at 5. And they're closed on Saturdays, which Saturday wouldn't help me anyway. We gotta be down to Caroline so goddamn early. Okay, so I need to leave at 4:20, 4:25. Yeah, upstairs into the Jeep. That should be about enough time. And I have to be off. So as soon as that alarm goes off, I'm going to be rude and just close everything down. Anyway, yeah, last night was not a finishing night. All my blood work's back though. None of the hormones or anything are out of whack. So I must have just been really sicker than I thought. Iron is a bit low. That's not a big surprise, to be honest. So I guess we'll chat about me doing iron again for a little bit at least. 1, 2, 3, 6. But at least that's something that should be fairly easy to address, which is nice. And it would explain potentially the just generalized exhaustion more than anything else. And now we have a baseline. So we ended up testing estradiol and a bunch of other ones as well. I don't know if the only one hormone that I know was within normal range was the testosterone, actually. The rest of them were like, look at the results. So I guess I'll chat with my doctor about them. And actually my testosterone was on the high end of all things. So I'm like, okay, well that's not the worst thing. So high range of normal, I guess, would be the best description of that. All right, there is the last of the traveler slings done. 1, 2, 4, 5. And if you know me, you know that I have been stalking our flight prices on WestJet. I looked this morning because I was just like, okay, we're keeping an eye, right? Anyway, but This morning, they were actually, the premium economy seats were like down under $1,000 each direction. I'm like, whoa. Normally I see those at like 1,500 or something like that. So I'm like, that's a pretty good deal. Still too much for what I want to spend, but that's okay. Actually, the one that was shocking was the business class seats were down to like 1,600. I'm like, is there like a sale on these seats specifically or something? Whew. All right. Think we're okay. See, this is what I mean about just weird stuff is happening. That was like a partial panic attack, it felt like. But we're still breathing. We're good. God, I hate those things though. I haven't had one for a while. Mostly just like elevated heart rate, which is always annoying because it's like, well, oh God. Even if you're not, you're like, I feel like I'm dying. It's like, well, you're not. You just feel like it, which is the shitty part of it. Probably a little bit also like heat shit because it is hot outside. I'm glad I went for my run when I did. Because it was toasty by the time I finished, so. Okay, I'm just trying to organize my drawer right here so that we can get this set into the actual drawer. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so what's back behind here, just so there's nothing like super sneaky. Those are little snap things, and there are, those are still in a bag, and I do not tend to have a lot of large rivets, so we're just going to put the extra large and the large gold rivets together, because then they're not as hidden. Haha, success. Okay. Does that fit like that? It does. Sweet. Okay, and then we need this. I'm gonna pop out these the cutout pieces here. Probably does mean I shouldn't finish this coffee, but I really want to finish this coffee. Yeah, we'll just drink it slow. Whatever. It'll be fine. My run today was extremely slow. It's like, you should run this at 8:30. And of course you're supposed to run, or at least I've been told, you're supposed to run your base or long runs like this at like a fairly easy pace. Which for me is not 8:24, so I ran it at like 9:30. And he's all like, oh, you missed the mark. And I'm like, well, fuck you too. Oh, I wonder. Ah, shit, this does need to stay. Never mind. I was going to swap it out to the snaps, but the snaps do actually need a punch through for these thicker guys, so never mind. Not quite there yet. Okay. So we've got this whole stack right here of trays that we haven't gotten finished yet, but they're all clipped. They're all different because their sizes all varied. So each one is an individual, one of a kind. Most of the products I make are one of a kind for various reasons. But these are truly one of a kind. Now I gotta figure out what kind of placement we need for the snaps. I guess the snaps kind of have to go under where the clips are to make it look the best, or should they go right out on the fin? I do have templates for this, but honestly, because they're all different sizes, I don't know. Let's grab the one that I see right here, because here's the thing. This one's actually far too large for what we're doing. the idea for this is that this goes on the corner. This is actually from a tutorial that I found on YouTube, but the size of it is supposed to be quite a bit larger. So what I'm wondering is if I should just use it like this. Or if I should, actually I wonder if I've got the, oh no, that was the one that printed out correctly. I wonder if I've got the smaller templates or if I should print it off again and use the templates. Probably should just print it off again and use the templates. Let's see if I can track her down. Because like this will be useful for the larger ones we have, but most of what we're doing is smaller. Do 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 do. I think it's actually might be in my email. Now that I type this in. I love how everything that she's written down ends up like getting her stuff cut off. Okay, yeah, this is definitely though so it's Tara Reid, and it looks like it's probably an email tutorial, like template. Like sign up for my email and receive the template, but not the full pattern thing, and then the full pattern is like purchasable on blah de blah. Nope. Nope, maybe. Nope. Okay. So what email did I use for them? Or could I sign up for them? Maybe somewhere else. There it is. Airdrop it to my laptop so I can make sure that they're the right size. That's why I couldn't find them, is because their name is a jumble of letters. Okay, so fabric, tray, snap, placement, template. And then I'm going to drop that onto the desktop. Wow. Okay, and then we're going to go to desktop. I'm going to open the PDF. Come on. Thank you. I just want 2 of 2. Yeah, I don't think I should drink that coffee. Holy shit. Oh, I see how she uses them. That makes way more sense. I've been using them wrong. Okay. Actually, looking at the tutorial, when you're using a tutorial thing, is typically a good idea, I guess. I've been like folding them over the edge and punching through the whole thing, but she's actually got it laid out so that you like do them individually. La la la. Flynn's like, oh shit, the printer. Come on, Flynn. Anyway, I haven't used the full tutorial because we're just using the fabric cuts we have, but I wanted to give credit where credit is due in that I'm using Tara Reed's templates. I know, but my scissors need to go get sharpened anyway. Okay, I'm just measuring to make sure that we did actually print at the correct size. So far, so good. That's fine. Okay. I think the majority of what I need is just this. Actually, yeah, because I already have the large templates. I don't need to cut out the large one. I just need to cut out the other two. Oh, I'm going to be really annoyed if I have to cut back on my coffee consumption again. Really annoyed. Okay. So I'm going to do all the... yeah, so we've got the large. I'm going to cut out the medium and the small. And then we'll start stamp placement. And actually, given that we're going to punch these with an awl, I don't think I do actually need the punching tool or the cutting die in the cam snap press. Okay, so there's the snap templates done. So what we actually have to do is open these all up. Yay! What she does now, because these are all different, I'm just going to guess which one I think I should use in most cases. Like this one, in this case, should be the 1.5 inch or the small. Or should be the medium. Actually, it looks like it might be the medium. Let's actually take another look at this template thing. Awesome, thank you. I'm still gonna work on the snaps. And then we will work on that Sunday night so that you can still see me working on it. But let's get these done for today. Okay, so she's got it so that it's like right on the edge of the stitched box. But none of these are going to match. So you can either go a little bit smaller, or if I go a little bit larger. No, we'll go smaller. I need like a, this is 1.5, I need like a 1.75 probably. I did not get downstairs and get anything done last night. Just exhaustion. I'm tired. Actually, what we will do is we'll put it in so that's on the inside of the top stitching instead of all the way to the corner, and that will help with the snap placement on these guys. Okay, pretend that we didn't put holes there. Yeah, there we go. That, actually, yes, that places it way better. Okay, I definitely did not need the whole die. But that's okay. Well, you can take that out and swap it to the snap die here in a moment. Hello, Dahlia. How are you? Oh, good. You can actually see this quite well. I'm like, am I just like yammering gently to myself and my cat and you can't see anything? But no, actually, it looks like you can pretty much see that almost as well as me at my sewing desk. So yay! Because I did not move the camera again today. I was just like, nope. And I bet you this is actually going to take far longer than I anticipated. I do have to head out in time to go get change for the show tomorrow. Yeah, I know. It's always the like, oh, get more done. And no, not last night. I didn't even actually take the bags upstairs to trim them apart, which I should have. But I didn't even do my run either because I was like, I sat on my stairs to go to the garage and I was like, this just isn't happening. In part because I also obviously knew that I had a long run today. So I was like, oh God. Which I did do. I went into the city and I just did it this morning. That's why I'm late today, which is part of it. But yeah, I was like, no, this is not happening last night. I slept really well though, so that's good. And tonight we're not going to be working downstairs tonight. Tonight I need to finish packing up the bags and just assessing what I actually have in the truck. 'Cause actually I just realized I'm probably, oh God, these do have to come out. Oh, well, there we go. I'm like pulling out all the components. It's like, well, I actually have to pull it out to get it out into the back. There's no real good space for the tray though, so we'll still put just handfuls on the desk. Yeah, because I guess actually I do need like grid wall and stuff like that, so. Excellent. I'm glad the camera's good. I hope your eyeballs are feeling better. Okay, so this is, oh God, come, Jesus criminy. Okay, so this is the innie side, not the outie side. And we're going to install those on the right-hand side of these. Am I going to regret not actually properly hole punching these? Probably. Are we going to try not to have to do it anyway? Yes, because I would prefer just to throw the snaps in. Anyway, today was 13K. It's done. I'm weirded out by the fact that I'm in a half marathon program and he's already making me do 2/3 of a half. It's like, what the fuck are you doing to me, man? A half is 21. So, well, okay. 13 isn't exactly 2/3, but it's fucking close enough. It's like, why? Don't get it. Oh, well. I guess it's better for me. Especially since I haven't done anything else this week. Well, I did my tempo run. But then I skipped 2 other runs, so. Oh well, I'm in bridge. But I also haven't even been to the gym yet this week, which I am annoyed about because I just haven't had the energy. I did get my blood work back. I don't know if the only hormone that I know that is in the correct range is testosterone, and it's actually on the high end of the range, which is kind of interesting. But I guess I'll have to talk to my doctor about the rest of it to see if any of the other numbers, like, nothing said it was abnormal, but it was like, read the report. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll wait to see what my doctor says now. Okay, so there is the one side of that one done, and now we will go in and do the rest. Actually, so the way that this template works, I didn't realize this when I was clipping these up because I may not have read the whole template thing. So I was just clipping up to see, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, time to reclaim the clips because we don't actually need them. Ooh, those ones nest very nicely. So the idea of these and then why we're doing snaps instead of just like riveting or sewing them is then I then they can lay flat like this for your crafting, and then you can like snap them up as needed or snap them down as needed to travel with. Ooh. Ooh. I will say, I'm squeamish about eyeballs. I don't know why, but it's like my one thing that I'm super like, ugh. I'm glad we've had advancements, and holy fuck, please, though. Ugh. Ugh. Dal's had PRK laser surgery for his eyes. He had horrendous eyesight for most of his life, and on top of it, hated his glasses. So he finally got him laser surgery right in 22, and he's been adoring it. But yeah, he now every morning he wakes up with like extremely dry eyes. So, or it can be, he just has to be extremely conscious of like opening them up. So yeah. Damn eye. Our bodies are so high maintenance. It's so dumb. It's like, what intelligent design is happening here? I don't understand. Is it? Is it? Oh. Amazing that we stay alive half the time, to be honest. That's before you add any modern stupidities too. All right, so we're just using the awl here, or stiletto, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I think they're interchangeable. Oh, right. Didn't we looked it up that an awl is a little bit sharper on the end or something like that, whereas a stiletto is supposed to be a bit blunter. I think that's what we determined. I think Don looked that up for us a few streams ago. But anyway, I'm using the pokey tool to poke through the fabric. That's what I'm doing, because we're all professionals around here. Could I go in and actually like punch all of them? Probably, and I think that's what we'll do after this set. Have 4. May as well production it as best we can, and that's really the only way to do it, is to like punch a bunch at the same time. I've been listening to Laura Thalassa's Bewitched, first in a like series by her. Very much enjoying it. That's what I listened to on my run today. We had a hailstorm last night after the kids got home. They wanted to fight bedtime really bad last night, and they both went to bed and then just like passed out, just like whew, done. And we did have pancakes. The pancakes were actually delicious. They weren't as fluffy as I normally like, but whatever. I don't mind dense pancakes when they're baked or like fried correctly. I just find that they tend to be more prone to not being cooked through. That's only because there's no, well, okay. That's because the kids were dragging down our average mortality. Because wasn't it, it's like if you survived past like 10 or something like that, you were, or like, yeah, I think it was 10, you were more likely to actually survive till like old age. I think that was the stat I've seen. Although yes, a lot of our body parts do start breaking down around like 30 to 35. So it's not all in your head when you wake up suddenly and your back is like, rah! Obviously that is the noise of a ravening like dinosaur. Oh, I saw a Omat City banner when I was out for my run today, so that was super cool. It's up over top of Memorial. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, next weekend. July is feeling surreal right now. Like, how is it basically middle of July already? Even though it's only the 11th. It's like the middle week, the middle times. And B, Stampede is over on Sunday already. I much prefer when Stampede is later in July. Like, it's kind of fun that it's the kickoff to summer this year. But, and I stand by this, it's kind of morbid and, like, nihilistic and sad. But my grandma was like, once Stampede's over, summer's over. And it's like, so having Stampede a little bit later in July is always nicer. I don't know who that is, so they can leave a message if it's important. I did finally get a hold of my mother-in-law, and she is down for having the kids over tomorrow. Apparently, she did actually talk to Dallas about this, and I'm like, well, because she was like, did Dallas tell you that the dogs are going to be there? And I'm like, no. But they'll be fine. Completely different situation from when they were, like, far younger. And the dog is better trained now. I usually do try to avoid that though, because it is a lot for my mother-in-law, because it's like 2 dogs and 2 cats, and it's like, 2 children. Oh shoot, I need to chat with my sister-in-law and find out if they can take care of the cats while we're gone. Which means I'm gonna need to give the litter room a good old cleanup too, actually, which will be good. It needs it. And I'll need to talk to my mother-in-law to find out if they can come like camp at her place for Japan, which is what we would normally do on like the longer trips now. Pretty much, it's what it fucking feels like. You know, even though we still have like all of July and all of August and like a good chunk of September too, because it's not like we cool down instantly in September. But yeah, Stampede's over, summer's over. I don't know. I don't quite subscribe to that, but I do prefer when Stampede is like. So in 27, it goes to July 9th to like 19th or whatever like that, and I do prefer those dates. And then it shuffles back again until it gets back to Canada Day arena, and then it goes forward, slingshots forward again. I don't know. That's my personal preference. And like Calgary is like, actually even the parking lot that I parked at today, it was like normally around the time that I showed up today. I was actually worried about it being full. Usually it is. It was like only, I don't know, I put it like half, maybe 2/3 full, like 2/3 at the extreme. So it was nice because I was able to find parking super easy, but it was weird. And the trails were also pretty quiet too. So I was like, oh. Although there's it's construction season right now, so there's a shit ton of like construction everywhere. They've like pulled up a good, well, okay, so before the marathon, like when we were still doing that training, they had pulled up a portion of Memorial Drive, which they're still working on. It's part of the flood mitigation that I was talking about yesterday, of all times. But I didn't know this until today, but they've pulled up another section further west on Memorial. It's like a good, probably like 3 kilometers worth of path. Now there is still path, but you get, the first set of construction, you get detoured. That's fine. Not a big deal. The second set, it's like it crunches all the pedestrians and bikes onto this like super narrow path where the only other option is gnarly with roots. And it's just like, well, this is fun. Cat problems. Although I don't want to be run over by a bike. That would cause bigger problems than cats. That would not be a cat problem. But, yeah, I didn't want to do 13K in Cochrane. And the paths, surprisingly enough, are far more shaded in the city than they are here. So there we have it. We will just run in the city. I'm like shuffling around my long run though. So I'm thinking most weeks it's going to be on Wednesday, but then I was actually out running today. And I was like, all right, for like not this set of runs, I don't think, because the majority of my training is going to happen before the kids go back to school, because I'm training for a half at the end of October. Halloween half. It's going to be fun. I'm thinking after that, I'm going to swap my long run day to Tuesdays. I usually avoid Tuesdays because there's such a chaotic day with Dallas like either leaving or coming back. But the kids will be in school on Tuesdays now because the eldest has kindergarten and the youngest will be like they're in preschool full time. So I'm thinking I might actually shift to Tuesdays because then what I can do is drop Dallas off and go for my run, or run it and go into the city and do my run and then do any errands that I need to without the kids. So like groceries and things like that. And then if he ends up running late and I gotta go get the kids, well, I'll go get the kids and then come back for him or whatever ends up happening. Higher risk? What's higher risk, my dear? I'm sorry. Higher risk is not good. I agree. I just don't know what about. I'm sure it's something I was nattering on about and then I completely forgot in the like nattering on portion of the day. I'm glad I'm finally getting these done. I hope they're popular enough. You don't have to be super popular, but it'd be nice if they were a little bit popular. I'm excited for the backpack. But I was also like, no, finish up what you were working on. And then you can go to the new stuff because it's not like the backpack is low pressure. It does not need to be done for tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't read it from here. It's like just a little bit too far. Oh yeah, no, I don't like it either. No. And it's like the paths are extremely high use in Calgary because a lot of people, so where I run from, and I think this is partly why the parking lot was actually fairly empty today, is like a commute point. So they'll park there, come in from like a little bit further out or where there isn't as much pathway density or connections. Hi, cat. Please don't stand in the tray. How are you? No, Mom, I need the desk, you dork. He's like, I don't know if I like that or not. Very angry that I'm like, get out of here. Anyway, it's a commute point, so I think that's part of why it wasn't as busy either, is that people are out of the city right now for the start of summer vacations and stuff like that. Just go, please. Mother, how dare you? There's one guy though that no matter what day of the week I like run on it, I always see him. Like just like on the path, biking along. It's good, but it's like every single time I'm out, which is wild that like we just overlap that much. Okay, that square in there is definitely not square, but oh well. Not much I can do about it now. Come on. All right. 5 more to put holes into. What's that? No, that's not even enough room for a snap. Yeah, as much as I need to do this more advanced program for red deer, I'm like not looking forward to the volume that this program before red deer is gonna have. I'm like, holy shit. Not gonna be fun. That is still not. In this case with this one, because it is so far off, I'm just going to puncture through where I think it should go. And then what I'll do to make it mostly even on the other sides, so I'll clip it and then line up the sides, I think. How many layers of fabric can we skewer here? Eight layers of fabric's what we can skewer here. Woohoo. More. By the way, Wendy, I do have to head out early today because I just remembered, like, as I was coming downstairs to start sewing, that I was being dumb and I should have gone to the bank before I came home because I need all of the change. Actually, I think I ended up with enough bills that were good, but I do need to, like, I need coins. I'm like, not very often I have to actually restock my coins. So, annoying. Is there enough room in between those holes to actually do this? I don't think there is. Shit. Because here's the thing is that the hardware takes up a significant amount of space. Oh, okay, just barely. But we can't get any smaller in future, so that's good to know. Because otherwise, like, or we just have to sew these ones. So the tiniest ones might actually have to be sewn. Okay. Good to know. Guess it might actually help if I were to actually use the measurements from the video, but I was working with fabrics that we already had like just pieces of. And I already know how I'm going to display these. I've got little like standing dish racks from IKEA, so that's what it's going to go in. So that's part of what I have to pack tonight. Also have to make sure I grab the wristlets because I completely forgot them for the mid-year festival, and they're typically pretty popular. Okay, there's 3, 4. I'm gonna try and get the last 2 trays punched, and then it is bathroom break time already. And then we'll finish up the snaps. All right, I do need the bigger one for this one. I don't think we need to go to the largest size. I think the small and medium trays are definitely the best size for what I'm intending these for as usage, but it would be kind of cool to make some just because. But these would make really good like dice trays. They're really good like clip trays, little notions trays. Nice thing is that they do fold up and down, so you can travel with them very easily. I was in my head, they would be a really good, very good like jewelry tray or something like that. Should actually make it so you could like snap it all up, and then just store your jewelry in it. That'd be kind of cool too. Future product ideas. Not today ideas. Next week we're also going to work on some more pin cushions because I think that'll be a lot of fun. Especially now that I figured out that we can just use the Beacon 3-in-1, which is a different kind of glue. The E6000 reeks. So I'm like, if I can avoid that one, I will. So I think the cat's on the stove again. Fucking cat. Okay, one last set of holes. And then I'll go upstairs. And then I'll come back downstairs. And we'll install all these snaps. And then these will all be ready for tomorrow as well. Sweet. That little small one is destroyed. Yeah, the template woman actually suggests using it as a bun tray on the table. So that's kind of cool. All right, Wendy, I will be right back. All right, let's continue. We'll continue with the nonsense. All right, snappity snap time. See if I have as adverse of a reaction to the coffee this time. All right. This side is going to be on the left-hand side. I know I said right-hand side earlier, but it's actually the left-hand side. Whoops. It's okay. As long as they're all on the same side of the same tray, does it really matter? No. But if I just standardize it across all trays to be on the left side, then that's just where it'll go. Yeah, I just looked at my like coin stash. Need like a roll of quarters. Yeah, roll of quarters and some fives. So that's not too bad. And that'll be what I can keep around for Omat City. And then we'll reset it again in time for vibrations. Trays. And then we'll have to go back in and do the other side after this. I don't know why. I do really like these plastic snaps though, because it's like they seem to set in so many more fabrics. So much easier. I wonder if that might be in part because I needed to put the like base of that one up a little bit. I wonder if they would install better propped up like the current one is for the snap presses. Maybe. As much as I always like dawdle on snaps, they are some of the most like methodical, so like very zen things to do. I don't know why I don't do them more. I guess we don't sell a lot of products with snaps. Well, never mind, that's a lie. Thinking about the traveler slings and the minis, there's a lot of snaps there. Once upon a time, I used to set these all by hand. The original, like, sleeper snaps. Metal snaps. Oh, my poor hands. This is a far, far improved system. Also, the presses do just set everything better, so. In fact, if I was being very fancy, I would get a kick press. But they take up a lot of room. And can also be, well, I think you can rig these up to be kick presses, but it is definitely a rigging up, so. Hand press it remains, but not hand press. The larger size of the hand press, because obviously there's not hand pliers. There you go. This is a hand press. Those would be pliers. Actually, my grip strength has probably improved by this point too, which would probably help actually. But whatever. Okay, there we go. Actually, I need to email WestJet because the thought process is that we both have companion vouchers to make the flight like a little bit cheaper. In some cases, if you get the really good deals, the base fare is actually below the cost of the companion voucher on WestJet, which is insane in and of itself. And right now we are surfing that line, unless you were to use them for premium. But, which I looked at this morning, and the premium, which is usually riding like the $1,500 line or so, is down under 1,000 right now. And I'm like, the benefits starting to be there that like on the way home you'd have 2 free checked bags and everything like that. Does that make it that up for the excess or the extra? No. But like the seats are comfier, and all the reviews I see of premium economy in WestJet, they actually look like it might be worth it. I don't know. We did it once with Air Canada years ago when they offered us an upgrade, and it wasn't worth it. But I think that was also partly because we ended up being in like the last 2 seats available, so like we were still in the 3-seat thing instead of the 2-seat thing, and blah blah blah. Whereas at least if we were planning it with WestJet, you could like select your seats and everything like that. Although I did say that that was the last 2 seats at that price, so what I should do is go and price them for like 4 people, because then we would pay the lower price for 2 and a higher price for the other 2 due to the like bucketing of the fares. But like even business right now is down to like $1,500 per person, which usually it's up around like $2,500. I'm like, huh, what is going on? Sadly, you can't use companion vouchers for business, only premium economy. Yeah, economy and premium economy. It's sad. Still waiting on my passport to come in though anyway, so it's not like, well, it's not like we're booking flights right now anyway, but also I'm also waiting for my passport still to come in. It's supposed to be shipped out here in the next few days, so, because when I went to apply, they're like, the shipment date is being estimated as July 15th or something like that, whatever the estimator was. It was July 15th. I can't remember. It was like, I think that was like service standard, and then give or take time for shipment. The mailing of the official stuff. It's going to be His Majesty passport. It also looks like a play passport now, which I'm really annoyed about. It doesn't, I don't know, our old passports looked more elegant, I guess. Maybe what I'm getting at. They look a little bit dumb now. Let's see if I can, at least from what I've seen in photos. I don't know, maybe they swapped the design again or something. Looks like about 5 more to install the first half in. 3, 4, 5, and then we'll go in and do the other side, and then we can go in and do the fun Friday fun sewing. We do have a few more things to finish that I found yesterday, so we will wrap up on those because it's like a small box bag and I don't know, 3 scrunchies, so there's no point in leaving them hanging. And then we'll play around with the backpack until I think it was like 4:25 or something, and then I gotta go get my float before I forget again. So if I'm like, I can't dawdle. As soon as that alarm goes off, I gotta go. And I'll just go pick up the kids a little bit early, and then we'll prep. Like, I gotta move all my bags towards the truck. I think I need to put some grid wall in. I don't know. It's like the majority of the stuff that I'm going to use is in there, but I think I need like the handbag rack or grid wall. I can't decide yet. Probably grid wall. Grid wall still displays the stuff the best. And since I'm a sponsor of the Pancake breakfast tomorrow, I get like prime pick of area. So usually I put myself right against the grills because hi, browsing while you're waiting for pancakes. It's how I did so well at the first Knit City I was at, as I was directly across from Caterpillar Green Yarns. She's Gage now, but at the time she's Caterpillar Green Yarns. And so like everyone was lined up to buy their Caterpillar Green Yarn, and then they were like staring longingly into my booth while they were waiting. Worked out in my favor very favorably. Oh, good God. So I'll take it. Just luck of the draw sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, I put myself against the grills, or like close to the pancake line last year, and I think it didn't go poorly. That's what I'll say. So I think that's gonna kind of be my aim tomorrow too. But we'll also see when I arrive, so. Because realistically, who knows exactly when I'm going to show up. At least I got 2 hours to set up, or like 2.5 hours to set up tomorrow instead of an hour. Although Tara and I did a really good job of staying up in that hour last week, so yay. Yes, I'm going to do grid wall because then I can do corner shelves in the back, and I can do double-sided. Yeah. I also ended up with actually a corner table at Omatsuri, which is super helpful because then what I'll do is I'll do like a corner of grid wall there, and then like a small U shape. It's technically, your space is like 8 by 10, so I'm like, fuck yeah. Not too close. No, not like right on top of the pancakes. Just like close enough that people have to stand in line and stare longingly into the booth while they wait for their pancakes. Oh man, I was down, so I ran specifically the route I did today so that I could use the washroom on the other end for Princess Island Park. I didn't actually need to use it, but it's like almost exactly 6.5 kilometers from Edworthy, which is the park I run from. And but it's closed right now for Stampede concerts. I'm like, God damn it. But apparently Pat Benatar is playing at some point, which is super cool. I only know her from Barracuda, from Guitar Hero, but at least I recognize the name, so. And then there's like a couple others, but I can't remember what they were. And yes, we will still have to go in and quality control inspect all of these snaps. That is not something that the cats can do for us. And as much as I'm hemming and hawing about it silently in my brain, no, we'll have to do it. Ugh. I realize there's someone I haven't seen for a while that I need to check out. Oh, and I also got the map for vibrations too. I need to double check that one. There's actually a jewelry maker for vibrations I need to go see because she's got some super cool shit. I know, right? She's not young. I saw Cher 10, almost 15 years ago now, and she was 65 at that point. But I swear that woman doesn't age. And like, obviously, she doesn't because probably plastic surgery. But like, I think they've also done a good job of not making her look too artificial, at least from the stuff I've seen recently. But yeah, she'll be like mid-70s at this point too, probably. Cher had Cyndi Lauper actually open up for her too, which was insane to see. It's like Cyndi Lauper as guest opener is nuts. Although one of the best concerts we've seen recently, or like within the pre-child days, was actually Garth Brooks. If I ever have an opportunity to go see him again, I 100% would. And he did a really cool thing of like, he just started right in. And then his intermission was Trisha Yearwood, which was a really, like, cool, like, thing to do instead of having, like, the opener and then him. Because he's got such a high-energy show as it is. He doesn't really need a hype up, I guess. And they actually knew how to fucking balance the Saddle Dome, which can be an issue. Brooks and Dunn, I'd seen them in the Saddle Dome a couple years before that, and their sound crew. And here's the thing: these people have been here before, so I don't know why they haven't learned. But the sound crew for Brooks and Dunn was horrendous. It sounded terrible. Anyway, they're fixing that right now. They're actually building they're building Calgary, another arena right now. It's been in the works for a very long time. They'd actually earmarked a different ground for it, and now they're like building it actually down on the Stampede grounds again, which makes sense. I don't know what they're going to do with the Saddle Dome though, so it'll be interesting to see, because it is so distinct, because why it's called the Saddle Dome is it's shaped like a saddle. But that also means that we don't get as many large tours anymore because there's not enough space in the space to do shit. So, yeah. Wonder how much it actually costs to rent the saddle dome. They say, as we're going to be in the Max Bell arenas for Omatsuri. Okay, now the other question I have is, do I need to be standing to actually install these snaps? My nails and these snaps are having a battle. Okay, we're going to go in and we are going to install all of these before... Nope, that didn't work. Ah, shit. It broke the snap. Ah, and I don't have snap removal tools. Shit. Okay, time dope. Alright, so this one has to go in the press first. Or is there one in there? And that's why it's like... It feels like there might be one in there already. No. Is this... Oh, fuck me. Really? Did I fuck these two up? Is this the one that's actually supposed to be for this? Oh. But it installed them fine. Weird. Alright, well, whatever. Whoops. Looks like this might be all we get done today. That's annoying. Oh well. Such is the way of things some days, hey? Literally, like, sit down at the sewing machine probably at 4. Which is annoying. Oh well, we'll still get some, like, a little bit of work done on the backpacks. I think where we're at is I actually have to swap the thread color back out and do black thread because of the... We've got to prep these side little webbing-y things. Do what? I bet you if I turned it this way, my wrists would thank me. Also, I actually need to find out from Dallas if he made reservations for our anniversary or not, because we're supposed to go out for dinner after Omatsuri, because our anniversary is July 19th. So... Yay! 1, 2. So partly this is a test, partly I like doing this because I do find that the plastic snaps can be a little bit sticky when you first use them. So in theory, this is also like wearing down any little like snags on the plastic or anything like that. It's also making sure that they're installed well and correctly. That one is good. Woo! Okay. So now I gotta look for plastic snap removal tool. I know there is actually a tool to remove the plastic snaps. Just annoying that I don't already have it. Don't know why it isn't something that I've invested in, but oh well. Could I go in with a pair of pliers and snip it? Maybe. But I don't know. Actually, I'm just realizing that this book that I'm listening to right now, which is our September book club book. Oh God. Is like, I'm almost done. Or like, I don't know, 3 hours out of 12 left or something like that. So 9 hours in. And a bunch of stuff has happened and nothing has happened yet at all. It's good though. I am enjoying it. I'm just realizing that, yeah, like it's like I'm almost done and nothing's really happened, I guess, in some ways. Oh, yeah. All right, there's a nice, like, deeper one. 1, 2. The only thing is I don't have, oh shit, yeah, I didn't put labels on them. Do I put a leather label on it maybe? No, because then if you want to use it for like food, you can't really wash it. I could stitch on one of the fold over cotton labels. Would that look dumb? No, actually I think that would look good because then when it's snapped up you can see it, and when it's snapped down you can see it too. Okay. Also, as much as I like the idea of the metal snaps better, I prefer the sound of the plastic snaps. They're so satisfying. We did cloth diapers with the babies, and in part because it saved us so much money. We cloth diapered, what did we do? We did the eldest went for 2.5 years. Yeah, they were potty training when they started preschool, so about 2.5 years. And then the youngest went for about 1.5 years. Yeah, we stopped them at about the same time. And in part with the youngest because they started going to day home, and day home wouldn't do cloth diapers, which is fine. And at that point I was just like, you know what? I'm done. But anyway, I always loved the snap of like the cloth diaper snaps when we were doing them up. Because I did the, I didn't do the like sheets for cloth. I did the inserts. So basically stuff the inserts into the diapers. And then they had, and then the waterproof cover looked like a diaper basically. But then everything came apart and you could just wash it. So they worked extremely well for our situation. And it was extra work, but I didn't find it taxing up until about that 1.5 year point. I was like, I'm done. All right, 1, 2, 3. This is the little cats and bunnies with things on their heads. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna pop it open for the ones that we tested now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, if we just stitch so what I'm thinking, because of course I didn't think of this before, what I'm thinking we'll do, oh no, where'd the tags go? Oh, shit. I thought they were in here. God damn it. They should be in there because I don't know where else I would have put them. Okay, don't pull the laptop off because I'm too anxious to like, not too anxious, just like too distracted. These are all charms for stitch markers we haven't made yet. And that's all plastic hardware. Okay, they have to be in here then. I don't think I would have moved them. Were they in here? And if they aren't in here, where did I put them? Oh, there's a bunch of little tool tape things in there too. Oh, there they are. They're just like all the way at the back. I don't know why I'm still clutching the cords. It's not like I was in that drawer anymore. Anyway, what I'm thinking is you put it right beside the snippy snaps. Fuck yeah, that actually looks really good. And then when it's snapped up, it's on the exterior, and when it's, and like, yeah, I think that's classy enough. Where are you? So that would be it on the exterior, and with it like clipped up on the interior. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so we'll add those when we're done with the snaps. And I don't have to change the thread color because they are off-white. I'm trying to figure out, we're going to go through a label redesign here for the other bags because I need something a little bit more generic without the fiber content, I think. Because currently I have like 100% fiber or like cotton and cotton linen blend ones. But I think I need to just go to like, to just saying like made in Canada from blah, 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 blah. And, or like made in Canada from imported materials, I guess. I got called out because, so I say it's Japanese and American fabrics because the interior is American and the exterior is Japanese. And when you're exporting to a lot of places, you need to say where your materials came from. Yes, I transformed them in Canada. So it is a made in Canada product, but there's a bunch of legal things. Now, I don't think at this point, I don't even know if it fucking matters shipping to the States. I can't ship to the EU. So I think at this point, we're just going to get care tags with the like Atelier Nekozuki, the website, and washing instructions because whatever. It's the same washing instructions for those two. The Obi ones don't even get the interior tag, but I'm also tempted to just do an exterior tag. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet, so. The other portion of this being that the labels are now going to be far more expensive than they were, and it's just like, all right. It's annoying. It's my ribbon printer went under without warning. They did try to find buyers, but I don't know. Anyway, these ones are done by a local woman, but I don't know. Yet. I want to try and find someone in Canada. I have worked with a supplier out of the States before that's done a really good job, but I switched to Canada mainly because I didn't want to deal with the exchange rate anymore before anything else any of the political climate came into play at all. So when your exchange rate is like 35 to 40%, you look for alternatives in your country, and then alternatives in your country shut down. Yay! I think there's one out of like Copenhagen, but I'm like, I don't know if that's any better. I don't think it is. I think our exchange rate with the European dollar right now is even less favorable. So European dollar, the euro. Good Lord, Katie. Strong against the yen. That's the only benefit right now. Exchange rate is still in our favor. So once we get like credit card fees and stuff factored into that, we'll probably be at par when we go in February, which is awesome. Usually when I've gone in the past, I typically count it as par anyway, just because it makes math easier. But usually it's been like 10 to 15%. Sometimes 5% extra in some ways. So like $1 here is 85 yen. Whereas now it's like $1 is 115 yen. There were points last year where it was like 125 to 140 yen. What I should have done at that point is like gotten a bunch of cash for Natsumi's order actually. But the problem with that is that the exchange fees here are like, it's $15 to get the amount. Although I guess at that point it would have still saved quite a bit. I can't even remember how much the order from her is. Like, it's worth it. But I do know it's going to be a big chunk of whatever the second trip is. I asked her if she wanted to deposit, and she's like, no. I'm like, okay. I think part of that is it's like, well, if you don't pay for it, lady, like, I can sell it way too easily. And it's like, yep, touche. I should give her a heads up that I'm probably going to be later than I was anticipating. For planning, although I still don't know yet. We're going to see how, if I get into Osaka, we'll see how I do next year before I even, like, contemplate. Well, and we'll see how the training session for Osaka goes. So, current trajectory today, because I was, like, thinking about this on the run. I was like, okay, do I actually want to train for 2 marathons 2 years in a row? Thinking, like, run Osaka next year, hopefully, and then Kyoto the next year. So, I think right now, my consensus is, as of exactly this second, because I didn't actually make a decision on the run, is that I will see how I do in Osaka. If all, like, kind of things point towards me being able to do Kyoto, I think I will. And then I think Dallas's brother's getting married next year, but it's going to be on a week that Dallas is supposed to be at work, so he won't have as much vacation. Because it'll be from the same vacation pool as February 27. And so I'm thinking what'll end up happening is if I do get into Kyoto, they'll all come again. But then the kids and I will hang out for a few days afterwards to go to Toji and stuff like that. I think that's doable. And at that point, they will have already been to Japan too. Yeah, there's no way that Dallas would be able to take, like, you wouldn't have enough time to take off for both things. And I guess a wedding's pretty important. And Kyoto Marathon happens on his, like, week off, so you'd literally, like, maybe a couple extra days sort of thing on either side, but he signed up for some extra chances to get into Tokyo, which I think was a good decision. It's like a membership thing. We had previously, like, not done it for Run Disney because theirs is, like, their membership is ridiculous, and it doesn't, the club point at which it becomes, like, actually decent is, like, way too expensive and rarely comes up for, like, it's one of those things where it's like a person has to pass away, it's almost, before you can get into the, like, off the wait list. But anyway, Tokyo Marathon runs a, like, here you can, like, pay us extra and you can, like, enter earlier and you can run these, like, go run, like, 21K, like a half marathon in this time period, and you'll get extra entries here and stuff. That's how his cousin actually got in, was off one of those extra half entries. So that was cool. So, like, even for me though, like, if I was like, okay, well, I'll do it, because it's an extra 40 people per drawing, so it's like an extra 400 or 450 people per year. So, like, okay, not bad. And given that we know someone who's already, like, actually been successful for it, it's kind of cool. But, yeah, like, I could go in and enter those for 1,500 yen. But signing up for the club as well puts you into an earlier lottery. And if you don't get off that lottery, you can still enter into the general lottery, along with these extra chances from the, from running these halves as well. And, like, given that that's, like, Dallas's fun length, and you don't have to do it all at once. You could do, like, 2 10Ks or 4 5Ks or whatever. And it can be running, walking, or hiking. It's like, why not give it a chance? Jesus. Talking about it that way, I should almost give it a chance. But then, yeah, no, I can't do that with the kids. Never mind. It'd be funny, though. So, although he was chatting about it, and he's like, we had previously been joking that he should go try and qualify for Boston and Tokyo. But then he was like, that's a dumb idea, because I don't want to be, like, completely rotting for the full week afterwards, because we're going to go to Tokyo Disneyland after. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I wonder actually though if we should almost, no, because then, never mind. It's like maybe we should actually go do Tokyo Disneyland at like the beginning of the trip, because we're not going to meet our friend down in Kyoto until afterwards. But then for Tokyo, we'd have to like go back up and then come back down. Although if he doesn't get in that, well, then Tokyo still works the best at the end. Never mind. My friend was like, we're going to be going to Japan when it's cold. And she saw the look go over my face and she's like, cold for me. I'm like, oh yeah, fair enough. I'm going to have to pack my winter gear. Because she'll be coming from Hong Kong. I think, isn't it? It's like Hong Kong's winters are like, they're not necessarily cold on the temperature scale, but because of the humidity, they get really cold. I don't know. The average temperature in Kyoto is like 10 degrees. So for us, hopefully balmy. It will be nice to not have to put on, I was like, it's going to be good for us because it's like, I won't have to put on a bajillion layers and take off a bajillion layers from the children. That's the part I'm looking forward to. Other than I made a joke, it's like, unless you do need help. So like, what did I say? Because it's like, at least with you, I don't have to dress you because you're an adult. Whereas like with a kid, I have to help them get on the bajillion layers and stuff like that. Like I can if you need me to, but Saris, let me help you with your zipper. And then she was like, I can't get my mittens on. Anyway. Oh, but it is going to be nice. Even though I do know that Kyoto can sometimes get snow. Actually, one of the only English reviews of the Kyoto Marathon was a guy who ran it in like 2010s sometime. I think it might have been I can't remember if it was like 2010 or 2017. The tens of some description. And it snowed the day before the marathon. I'm like, all right. And Natsumi actually did say that sometimes they don't go down to Toji depending on how much ice and stuff there is, which fair. So let's hope for good weather for all the participants. I haven't heard any such complaints about Osaka. My thing I'm looking forward to with Osaka if I get in is like all the fucking food. Oh my god. This one. Look at these. So these guys are just cute in general. But look at that little tray. She's so cute. Yes, no winter clothes in the suitcases. Well, like, and because the kids can't wear their winter jackets in the truck anyway, in their car seats, we'll just leave them. Well, I'll probably leave them in the truck because then we've got them on the way back. But it's like, and if we randomly break down on the side of the road sort of thing. But, since we have someone driving us, it's just like drive us, ditch us at the airport. Dallas will already be there. So like one of us can chill with the kids inside or whatever. And we can get the bags out of the truck, which aren't even going to be that big a deal either. Actually, that is something we should go do on Tuesday is go maybe size the suitcases. We could even go size the suitcases and then go down to the zoo. I don't know why I put it in there when we've been doing this the whole time, but here we are. This is why I like doing snaps, but I hate actually doing snaps because they always take far longer than anticipated, especially to get them properly like set and everything like that. Damn it. just wanted to do backpacks. And we, yeah, oh well. Suck it up, buttercup. Especially because now we got to go in and put on those tags too. But these are closer to being done than the backpacks, so we'll do these instead. I am not going to be online tonight because it's a god-awful early morning tomorrow. Not as bad as like Shindig, but still pretty bad. But the goal will be that I will be back online on Sunday night right now. Because I don't need to be up early on Monday. And I will, basically I'm turning the alarm off for Sunday. I'm like, fuck yes. I can tell the kids are done with their week too, so like tomorrow you just get to go hang out at grandma's. And like, hell, it's early enough, I might just send them up in their PJs even. And then on Sunday, we're going to leave the alarm off and we're just going to sleep. Because it's been getting harder and harder to drag them out of bed the last couple of days. And I don't blame them. It's been harder and harder for me to drag myself out of bed the last few days. Hence why I've been so late getting on to stream. It's just like, ugh, compounds. My run also took like 15 minutes longer than anticipated, which I'm not surprised. I did actually tell the program, I'm like, all right, my easy pace is actually like 9:30 right now, not 8:30. And it's like, oh, you want 8:24 for your base runs then? And I'm like, what? No. And for your long runs, right? And it's like, no, I do not. All right, so obviously they do clip together a little bit weird. You still have to like shape them a little bit once they get there. I'm glad that we went in and put the fusible fleece or whatever the hell what was it? Fleece of some description. I think it's fusible. Because it's like just the right amount of stability without making them stiff. Okay. Two more. Ha 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 ha. And then we will have done it. Sweet. And then we'll make sure that we put the snaps away because they're sitting on my feet, and I am, even though I am sitting down, extremely concerned that I'm just going to knock the whole bin over. It is not an irrational fear. Yeah. That actually install. Okay, so far so good there. Don't question the little man. What little man? The man on Drury Lane? The Muffin Man? Or the child man. Where's the cats? There's one. This Dahlia's in the heated little pillow blanket bed. Oh, right. That's why I was like, told Dawson he should come down to Omatsuri since he's actually in town for it. He's never been in town for Omatsuri before. And they're going to be in the city for park run anyway. I was like, come down afterwards and like get some food and like check out the vendors and there'll be performances because it's like a cultural festival as well. So, and I think the kids would have a lot of fun. And like, it's not something I can take them to because I'm working. Or else I would. No, come back. Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Don't question the tiny AI overlord. Or there will be punishments. No, I just run at... So right now, especially with the bridging and stuff like that, I'm trying to, like, keep in that zone 2, so low conversational heart rate. Although I can hold a conversation pretty much all the way up through zone 4. So it's just like, all right, fuck you, whatever. I'll do what I can do. And you can adjust your expectations. My current grade for bridging is C because I haven't run nearly enough. But oh well. My whole goal of prioritizing the strength training has also just been shambalized. So, oh well. We'll get there eventually. Set up for Omatsuri is on Friday, so I won't be on next Friday. But Dallas is going to be out of the house on Thursday, and he's going to take the children with him. So I will be on Thursday. I don't think I even have a run that day, so I'll actually be able to just, like, have breakfast and come downstairs. And since Dallas is home, it'll be an early morning. Earlier. So, yeah. Okay, that was the last of the snaps to install. Yay! The snap testing is my tiny applause. Okay. Caps back in. Press. Note. Clips need to go back in their bin as well. The outies. One escapee. Oh, and there's a cap. That would have sucked to step on. Okay. Drawer. Second, third drawer. Okay. Get thee into the drawer. I figured out though that the cutlery trays from IKEA actually fit most of the Alex drawers extremely well. So that's what I ended up getting from them to organize a lot of this. And then oh my god, the other one. Yeah, whatever. Oh, the little containers from the actual, like, slat wall thing that we were using before, the, like, small parts organizer, they actually fit in there extremely well, too, so. Yeah, I do actually need a tray for my snaps. That's how I keep advertising them. But I am the typical, like, tradesperson, cobbler's kid, right? Your parents a cobbler, but you never have, or you're the cobbler and you never have good shoes. I'm the person showing up to knitting events with my knitting in a plastic bag, based on a true story. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get this craziness finished. Or at least rolling. Whee! Oh, that's really zoomed in, guys. I'm going to put you over here so you can see all the pretties while I get you zoomed out here, hopefully. And it looks like it's overexposed, of course. 90. And zoomed out. Woo! See my fancy laptop. Oh, I guess you can't see the machine. Okay, so maybe not that straight down then. Oh, sorry. The C. Nope. Oh God. Agenda is disconnected. The USB cable disconnected here. One moment. Technical difficulties. Hi, there we are. Sorry for anyone who has motion sickness. There we go. That's good enough. We'll zoom in a bit. La 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 la. I think 78. Yeah, there we go. And then you're extremely overexposed right now. That's better. At least on my end, that looks better. Yeah, good enough. I have bags. I can't remember why I had it in a plastic bag, though. Probably because my, I think it was a larger project. And I think what ended up happening was a lot of the, all my big bags are holding, whips. Or end up being yarn storage bags, and at that time were the same, had the same issue. So, I have bags. I just, yeah, apparently wasn't using them at that point. I have formally adopted one of my Kato that I'd made that had been sold, I think, nearly from the beginning. It's one of the retro jar labels ones. The one on navy, and so I adopted it, and it's now my cash bag for shows because I kept wearing one that I had bought at the Japan Pavilion in Epcot, which is at Disney, and everyone was like, what about this bag? And I'm like, I bought it to hack and I haven't hacked it yet because I haven't had time, or I haven't taken the time, whichever you prefer. So I switched to a Kato bag because I was like, well, that works too. Okay, those snaps 100% destroyed my fingernails. Oh well. Get the scrunchies, get the scrunchies, do 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 do. Then get the small box bag, then we'll do all the stuff. Okay, so my alarm's going to go off in about half an hour. And as I previously mentioned, that's my get the fuck out alarm. So I have to go as soon as it goes off, basically. Just a forewarning. There will be no long farewells today. Okay, these guys can be clipped apart tonight. Now we'll go in and we'll put the labels on. Labels on, labels on. Time to put the labels on. Labels on. Ding, 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 ding. These aren't all going to be in the same spot, although the general idea of it is it's going to be on the edge, obviously. Okay. All right, that actually looks really fucking good. Phew, I'm glad I decided on that because I don't think I'd actually decided on what we were doing for a label. Cute. So there it is in the bunny one. And then the nice thing is then it's also on this side here. So, hello Amber, I'm doing well. How are you? We've got Twitch and YouTube going, so if you're like, I didn't see anyone, Amber, in the chat, that's why. We're getting ready right now for Ancient Arts Yarn's pancake breakfast tomorrow. Thank you. So the ones that are on the deck right now are actually snap-up trays, but I just wrapped on a small box bag and some scrunchies as well. But yeah, right now I'm working on snap-up trays, so I can show that here once we get this tag on. These are going to be a new product for this weekend, although they have been haunting me for a little while, so I'm glad that I'm finally able to like follow through on them. All the thread ends, all the thread ends. Okay. Yeah, that works really well. I love it. Okay. So these are the snap-up trays. Can go around and just pop them up, and they're really good for like, idea is for like various craft supplies, like clips, or you can use them for a dice tray, jewelry tray, travel tray. The idea is that they'll like fold down here, and then you'll be able to pack it up to take it with you. That one's really cute. I love the like the pandas on that and stuff like that. Oh, I'm sorry you kept losing at Fortnite. That sucks. I keep wanting to play Stray because I got it for Christmas, but my kids are terrified of it. It's like, but it's a cute cat game. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little bit like, the colors are a bit dark, but it's not scary so far. Oh, never mind. I think I know what scared them was the rodents, but still, it's not that bad. Maybe that'll be my fall project when they're in school and I have extra time. Is like, no, the fall project is catching up on anime so that we're like caught up on some of the more popular series before we go to Japan. Like Spy X, and I want to finish Attack on Titan because I have not yet been spoiled. And a few others. Yep, I am in southern Alberta. But I will be out in, so I've got shows in Calgary, Alberta this weekend and next, and then we'll be out in Victoria, BC for Vibrations in the middle of August. Oh, that's the bobbin thread. Okay. I don't know why I keep snapping them up, because realistically, that's fair. I'm not good at shooter games either. I am barely good at the games I enjoy, which is mostly Kingdom Hearts. Although I have gotten better at Mario Kart recently, so I can still beat my children at Mario Kart, thankfully. But that's not going to last much longer either. Oh, actually, is it going to be this way? No, if I put it here, it's less less contrast against the florals. Okay. They are 4 and 5. So saying that I can still beat them isn't saying much right now. So it is funny though. The youngest doesn't like to race. Well, okay, they'll race like 3 or 4 kind of races. So 1 cup, and then they're usually done. But the eldest does like to play longer. They're also just better at it though. Makes sense. Hand-eye coordination is going to be a lot different between a 4 and a 5-year-old. So... No, I don't hear any people in my background. The only thing I have going on that we might hear is I've got a fan running down here. Like a vent fan for a washroom because the cat boxes are behind me. So if you hear that, I can turn that off. But no, there's no one in the house. Maybe just my studio gremlins, who knows? Although they've been behaving themselves today, so I don't think they're even in residence right now. Yeah, so since you've just stumbled across us, Amber, I make all of my bags and accessories and everything like that from Japanese fabrics. I go over and I buy them in Kyoto and Tokyo, and then I come back and I make the products in my studio. Yeah, I don't know. I was an exchange student in halfway between Kyoto and Osaka when I was in university, so I leaned into that when I started making project bags and needed cute cat fabrics, and here we are. Still not 100% sure how, but enjoying it. We just finished a bunch of traveler slings and such, actually, so from Upcycled Obi, and they'll be available at the events this weekend, and then online some point after Omatsuri with the one that's in middle of July. Four and 5 are still good. It's a fun age. It's a testing age for sure, but it's a fun age. Okay, this needs to go this way. So we just need to add a little bit more on here. Should double check the other ones, just make sure that I've caught the back as well, because I don't want that loose. It's too bad that you weren't able to celebrate it last week. I have not heard the end of when is my next day yet for the eldest, and I'm like, it will come soon enough. It's going to feel like forever, I know, but it will come soon enough. Okay, yeah, I've caught the back of all the other tags. Good. It sucks for one side to be caught and not the other, flopping around everywhere. Thread. There is no direction on this print, but I don't want to cover up a cat. A little bit of a cat butt's fine though. So right here maybe. Yeah, because that leaves the sakura beside it. Cleared up. Okay, yeah, it took us almost 2 hours, or it took us about 2 hours to do all those snaps. That is ridiculous. Holy shit. No wonder. Like I said, I love the meditation of doing snaps, but I still hate installing snaps. I guess if I did less in each production run, it would be better, but it's hard not to do, it's hard to do less in a production run. So let's hope that these do well for sales. I think they will, and I think they're a good like generalized product instead of just specialized as well. Maybe, I don't know. I should take some stuff to display in them actually this weekend, like tomorrow and next week, so there's like a general idea of what you could use them for. Maybe that's what I need to start doing with one of my tables, especially at the more generalized events, is like displaying like use cases. So like with the small box bags, put some yarn in it, but then also do like a makeup bag one. Maybe that's what I need to do. It's not the worst thought. Okay. Caught on both sides, caught on both sides. Okay. 4 more tags. We'll run one more line of stitches over this one just because it didn't quite hit where it's supposed to on the one side. There we go. Now we're good. Owls, scowly owlies. We do still, so I was supposed to have all 3 colors, but I've got the like dark navy with sage and gold, muted gold, and the brown version with orange. So that's good at least. But the one that I messed up the snap on was the other one, which is annoying, but oh well, could be worse. Good and good. One and two. Then back into here. And I'm actually going to throw it in the label drawer with the stabilizer and the leather labels because then it makes sense that it's there. Not tucked into the back of the like accessories drawer, the sewing machine accessories drawer. Good. All right, last tray. And then, do we get sucked into the backpack? Have like 15 minutes. Not even. I can't remember. Something like that. Backpack, 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 backpack. Which I guess the first step is that I should actually read through all of the instructions again before I even touch them. So that's kind of boring, but oh well. You guys can be on the ride with me. Okay. Thread, 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 trip, trip, trim the thread. All right, so those are actually done. They're done. I don't need to do anything else to them. I really like the owls too. And they're like very scowly, which I adore. That's why I keep calling them scowly owlies. But those are done. We're done. Yay. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed tonight. And then promptly reach for my coffee. No, we're not touching the coffee. Set them up. Well, yeah, like, so I don't have to, the last thing I have to do, I'll set some up with, like, things. But we don't need to worry about, like, trimming or anything when I get there tomorrow. Actually. Great. Hey. That clip's like, I don't want to go anywhere. Why are you throwing me in this train? Ooh, that's exciting. I like it. A new key or setup with a keyboard. I need the PDF. Not that PDF. That's the PDF for the templates, which we're going to need again anyway. Okay. We have done all of the cutting. The cutting is complete. He wants me to prepare the straps and side connectors first. Okay. Fine. Follow the pattern, Katie. She says to set up the straps. Set up the straps, I guess. La 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 la. Okay, we need strap adjusters. And we need the black thread. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so there's the straps. And then we need the strap connectors. Where did they go? There they are. I see them, I think. Maybe? Is that the strap connectors? Fuck yeah, those are the strap. There's only 2 strap connectors. We need 4 strap connectors because there are 2 bags. Oh no, did I only cut 2? Shit. Oh well. Okay, oh, we'll grab the strapping is literally right here, or the webbing, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yay, strap. Webbing. Where is my lighter? That's disturbing. Where is my lighter? Okay, well, there's the Zippo, so we just have to fill it up again. That's the one thing I don't like about the Zippo, is it's like, as much as it's refillable, it does actually like evaporate very rapidly, and I'm like, why? I guess I'm not using it every day, but still. I guess I just won't put as much fuel in either. Like, it doesn't, if it's evaporating, I don't need to fill it up as much as I have been. That pin is bent and not working. La 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 la. Lift to fill, lift to fill, lift. That's probably enough. Still one of the wildest purchases I ever made for my business. Frickin' Zippo. There's probably weirder ones for sewing businesses, but for me personally, that was the wildest one yet. Okay. Back on the shelf. All I'm thinking is that we should singe down the ends of these because they are fraying significantly. So typically I would use that hot heat knife, but I'm not warming up the heat knife today. In part because I don't actually have room on this cutting table because all the cotton oil. Oh shit, that's something else. Okay, so I am going to do a little bit of work tonight. I wanted to get the sign fully like zhuzhed up, so we will do that tonight, but that's easy enough to do once I get the kids home. I don't think I really have to cook tonight, which is also going to save me a lot of mental space and energy. I do need to do the dishes. I guess maybe make a lunch for tomorrow. Okay, that's better. All right, if there's any kids watching this video, these videos are not recommended for children because of the swearing content and sometimes the sexual innuendo. Do not play with fire without supervision. Don't play with fire in general. Let the adults play with fire instead. Probably one of the best parts of being an adult. Finally being able to play with fire. Maybe the only best part of being an adult some days. Okay, there. We've played with fire for today. It's very warm, actually, which is interesting. Pop it up here, away from anything flammable. Okay, now we need black thread because these are both black stripes. And then I'm just going to pop the black thread on for now, and we'll deal with the other one when I have to do a bobbin, but I'm pretty sure both the bobbins are decently full right now, so I'm not worried about it. This white one is full, so that's good. We don't need to wind anything right now. So we'll just thread again. There's a snarl in the thread here, so I'm actually going to trim that off instead of sending it through my machine while I'm sewing, because that should save us some heartache, hopefully. Threading the machine, threading the machine. I hold the Dario, threading the machine. Well, this was not the Friday fun I was anticipating. I was anticipating the finishing, but I was not expecting the finishing to take that long. Literally, we're probably going to get this, like, threaded and set up, and I'll probably have to head out. Damn it. Anyway, thank you for joining me, as always. Wendy, I will work on your bag on Sunday. It is going to be evening streams, though, because my kiddos are home Sunday and Monday. Obviously weekend, and then blah, 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 blah. All right. So, for this, the short ones actually need to be trimmed. Shit. So they'll, whatever. Okay, we'll do these first. And do I only have... Oh, I only cut one set of everything. Shit. Well, that's useless. We need 2 sets of everything. Also, where are the... Oh, no. There, okay, they're just hiding. Okay. Okay, so I guess we'll use these again. There's no point in only doing one, like, yeah, I may as well get both the the straps done at least. Even if we're not sewing the bag right away, because, well, that makes sense, I guess, in my brain. And rather than dithering about it later. Straps are awesome, and I also dislike making straps, so. That's why sometimes they kind of get left or right to the bitter end. I think we will. I really like the Stampede breakfast. I hope sales are good this year. All that jazz. We are expecting a shit ton of people. So hopefully that comes true. Yeah, come sell us all out. It'll be good. I'm glad we got all those snaps into those trays. That's good too, actually. As much as it did take fucking forever. It's still good. Ooh, our sunflowers need some water. They're like over there like, mother. We need moisture. Okay. Anyway, so which ones? Those are singed. This is not. This is not. Oh, and this top one is. This one is as well, is it? Oh my god, it's really hard to tell on this one. This one is definitely not. So, oh well, whatever. Let's just go in and do all of them again. Fire. Okay, I think those were the two that are already done. Oh, one would actually, never mind. That's what happened. Is one of them did have one end already done because I singed the end that was on the roll. Okay. And of course I just literally ran out of lighter fluid. Nope, just had it at a bad angle. Never mind. Okay. There's the one that needed to be done. There's the other one that needed to be done. Come on. Okay, good. And then I'll trim these down to their 45-degree angles that they need. Okay, so it's supposed to be that long on one side and that long on the other side. Okay, so they're all about that long. What I'm going to do is basically just go in, I guess, oh god, 45 degrees. Do I have anything that actually has, I think my long ruler has a 45-degree mark on it. Because I don't want to have to math that. No way in fucking hell do we want to math that. Now the question though is, where's my quilt ruler? And all the production debris and finished makes, where the fuck is my ruler for cutting? Ah! Screaming at it will totally work, right? That's how I'm gonna find it, right? So I'm just gonna scare it off. I was like, the gremlins have been so good, but apparently they just took my quilt ruler at some point here. No, actually, the cutting table has a degree marking. Haha! Success. I knew something over here had to have it. I guess though I don't actually have my rotary cutter right now, so we'll use the scissors. I'm just gonna wander off screen for a moment. Doon, 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 doon. Okay. I'll do it on one, and then we're just going to like extrapolate it out to all the other ones, because that's the easiest way to do it. Back to the table. Right, because they're supposed to be trapezoids. They're supposed to be trapezoids. Like that. Excellent. I did it right the first time. Yay, me. Yay. Oh my god, my hand is itchy. Hopefully that's the money receiving hand and not the money going out hand. Please, 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 please. Maybe I should go buy a lottery ticket. I could hire a housekeeper. That's the stupid part, is like, I think if we won the lottery, like, enough that you could consider retiring on, sort of thing, I don't think either of us would stop. I think it would just ease everything up. I don't think Dallas would be comfortable being idle. I definitely am not. things had their ends singed, so they should stick together. I'm like 1 minute away from my alarm, so we're just going to clip these together, and then I will come back to sell them later. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Sunday night, and we'll continue with the shenaniganery then. We'll work on those kato for you, Wendy, and then we'll work on these backpacks, and we'll start cracking into the mini traveler slings too. Okay, I know I said that was the get the fuck out alarm, but I am going to finish these last two because tasks. Finish this task, please. Yeah, and when I get home tonight as well, we'll shuffle everything around to pack it in the truck, and then or in the morning. It's out in the driveway, so I don't want to leave it overnight. And then yeah. All right. Bye. See you later.